All right. Gonna do just a couple, try to keep them quick, post wilderness journey videos. I just got back and yeah, as I said, and you'll probably see in one of my last videos, hell broke loose up there. The weather came in hard and anyone who knows the mountains or what the mountains can be like, you know, I was way up in the back end of a box canyon, central BC, in the Cascades range, and 4,600 feet. My truck was probably 4,400 feet, 4,300 feet up. Up a bunch of switchbacks, really steep grade switchbacks with cross-cut ditches for deactivation, and that was, as I explained in my video earlier there, that's why I feared so badly if the snow hit. And when I woke up and the snow had hit and blizzard conditions, I think I had the common sense and the outdoor knowledge, mountain knowledge, to know that I couldn't screw around with that, and I didn't want to jeopardize anybody else's safety. Like say, I had my good friend in town that could have maybe put together a bit of a party of people and chained up and come and helped get me off the mountain. But what's the point of that? Like, I'm not going to risk somebody else's safety for my own pride. I'm not that kind of a person. I pride myself on the fact that I know when enough's enough, and I know when Mother Nature has won. I do it all the time on my boat and when I'm hunting and stuff. And anyways, I knew Mother Nature had gotten me, and it was the end of it. And I had to call it. So I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you've watched the videos if that kind of stuff interests you, and I hope you enjoyed it. But anyways, I'll talk a little bit more about some other stuff. But this sweater, I promised when I got back that I would tell you guys about this sweater. So this sweater is Roman and Company, okay, and yeah, friggin' unreal, man. They're made in Toronto, Ontario. You'll find them. I got this one at Ono Trading. Okay, Ono Trading carries them. So Roman and Company, R-A-U. I think it's a Roman. Rauman and Company, Toronto, Ontario. I'm generally an XL. These things fit small, so that's a double XL. Fits perfectly for me wearing an XL, but you want a good wool sweater, man? As far as I'm concerned, best you can get right there. So that was my quick shout out to the sweater. And yeah, don't kid yourself if you think I got any kind of a sponsorship. I'm just trying to do the right thing and share with you guys what I found out. No sponsorship or nothing. I buy all my shit's bought for. I'm just a regular dude. But I just want to share good shit when I come across it, right? So, and then the other thing I wanted to mention to you, you'll see in the video, when I left, I was wearing these boots. I was wearing my snow boots, okay? These Wind River pack boots are unreal in super cold temperatures. And when I left, the temperature was around minus 12, at least. It really got cold. And the snow was well over my boot, right? Like well over my boot. And that's why I said there was over 12 inches of snow. Well, when you look at my boot, right? My boot's 12 inches. So there was 14 to 16 inches of snow. At my shelter when I left. There was 12 inches of snow at my truck. Somewhere between 10 and 12 inches at my truck. So, well, guys, I'm back home. Probably don't recognize me with the rug off my face, eh? Gotta admit, felt good to get that beard off. Anyways, I just got home. Back home to the island here, and man, it's cold here. Apparently it actually snowed on Vancouver Island about the same time that I got my shitstorm in the mountains. I'm going to try to keep this brief because I don't know if anybody really likes to sit and listen to me talk, but you know what? Leave me a comment because I'd really like to know, do I babble too much? Do I talk too much? Am I not being descriptive enough? I just don't know, how long people want to sit and watch a video for. So leave me a comment. Let me know. I'd appreciate it. Anyways, you saw in the last videos there, man, it's almost like I wrote that script, eh? Almost like I was in control of the weather and frickin' Mother Nature and the whole 9 yards. It's like the Truman Show, eh? I was talking about storms rolling in and I hope it doesn't happen. And 35 years ago, I had the same thing happen and had a hell of a time getting out of that very same country. I talked about it in the videos, and as you see, as the videos progress, what the hell happens, right? I wake up and I go to bed at whatever time, I think it was like around 9 o'clock or something, and the snow had let up. There was 6 inches and it had sort of stopped snowing, a few little flurries or whatever. And so that's why I kind of decided, okay, we got more than anticipated than the forecast said, but we were okay. I was all right. I'm like, all right, we can make it through this, me and my camera. And so I was like, okay, I'm gonna crash for a little bit. So I crashed. I figured I'd wake up in a couple hours, but I loaded that fire up so well. I was warm, I was cozy, and I fell asleep and I was tired. And I went to bed probably around 9 o'clock, I'm guessing, and 6 inches at 9 o'clock and just a little flurries. And then I wake up at 2 a.m. like somebody kicked me in the gut. Like just bang, I woke right up out of a dead sleep, and it was just deadly quiet. And if you've been outside or in the woods and during a snowstorm, even in town, you notice when you wake up in the morning in the wintertime and it snowed, everything's just dead quiet, vehicle sound, everything. Well, that's what it was like for me. There was just a different sound when I woke up at 2 a.m. and I woke up and I was like, oh shit. Threw out my headlight, looked out my shelter, and I went, oh my God. And I thought there was, about a foot or so, and there was, but when I measured my boots here, I mean, there was anywhere between 14 and 16 inches of snow came down in that short period of time. So I just went into panic mode, packed my shit as quick as I could, ended up having to leave my tarp shelter there because it had a ton of snow on it, and I just didn't want to waste any time, and that's why I never got any footage other than when I got back to the truck and I knew I had made it back to the truck safe and sound. So anyways, yeah, it was a shit show. Just like I predicted. Should have kept my mouth shut, right? But also, as I said in one of my videos, I reviewed the videos, and as I said in one of my videos, which is crazy, because I said it and then not even thinking, but I think I said, like, if I had to go home tomorrow, I'm not happy, but I'm okay because I've accomplished pretty much everything I wanted to accomplish. I just didn't accomplish the duration end of it yet, but I was anticipating that duration end to continue. But isn't that crazy how I said that? Like, holy shit. Greater powers to be up there, I'll say. Yeah, like I said that, and then just, how I was monitoring the weather and whatnot and anticipating what could happen, but hoping it didn't. And such a roller coaster. I thought it was going to just dump and then it let up, and then it was going to dump and then it let up, and I just didn't know, right? Anyhow, I did make it out of there. What a gong show. About 18% grade logging roads, switchbacks for an hour and a half in a foot of snow with cross ditches, truck sliding 4 low. I wasn't happy. That's what I was worried about, and it came to fruition. And but thank God, by the grace of God, I made it out, right? Because I'm telling you, man, winter can hit those mountains now and not leave till May. All right, I've seen it happen, and that's why there was no decision to make. It was get the hell out of Dodge. Yes, it went through the back of my mind. Goes through the. I think about this every few hours, did I make the right call? Yes, I know I did, but I'm just like, what if I did this? What if I did that? What if I did this? Well, you know what? Hindsight's 2020. I got new plans set for next year so that won't happen again. Leave my truck down below. I thought about that. I thought about getting down to the bottom and then hiking back up, but to pack 60 pounds up that switchback for an hour and a half would have killed me. I thought about once I hit the bottom, should I just stay in that valley bottom where the snow is not going to probably get too horrendous, and even if it did, it's fairly flat ground. I can make it out to town, no problem. I thought about starting over. I thought, okay, well, you know what? Maybe I should just do another shelter and start the whole shit show all over again and start, sort of round 2 of my wilderness journey. But to be honest with you, after 7 days, I thought about it hard, but I went, could I do it? I was so exhausted, had burnt so much energy. I was like, can I actually pull this off? And I just went, you know what? I did. Why would I be doing that just to extend my stay? And I was worried that, I might get partway built through the shelter and I might not find the resources that I needed to. I was on a good area for animals, for game where I was. So could I find that again? And could I build the shelter again? So that's kind of just when I went, you know what? I got to be happy with what Mother Nature gave me. It's out of my control. Got to be happy with what she gave me. I said in my videos and whatnot that I would take whatever she throws at me. Well, she threw one hell of a storm at me, and I took it as long as I could and bolted. So anyways, when I got out safely down to the bottom of the hill, first message I sent out was to my wife so that she knew I was okay, because I knew that she'd be monitoring the weather up there, and which she was. And she was very worried. So were my kids, my son-in-law, everybody. My whole family was worried because of the weather. This Arctic front that hit BC came in, right? So they were all worried. So I sent a text. I sent an in-reach message to my wife and said, explain what happened and what was going on, and then I would contact when I got in cell range, which would be several hours later. And then the very next message that went out to my good friend, God bless her, in the little town near where I was. She was my lifeline up there. She was the one that was coming in to do my med check, make sure that I was physically and mentally okay to stay up there. Huge thanks to you. I hope you watch this. Thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. What you were willing to do for me, and you were worried about me as well, and what you were willing to do for me. And I couldn't have done the trip without you, because, I know the risks out there, and I had to make sure that I was going to be okay, and my family had to know that I was okay. So without you, I couldn't have made it happen. So I sent a text out to her, and her response back to me made me feel so good. Because she's lived in that area her whole life. She deals with the wilderness, and as a paramedic, she's dealing with helping people and rescuing people, so on and so forth. And her response back to me was meant so much. She said something like, "Thank you so much for letting me know, and thank you for being such a responsible human being. I know it was your dream to stay longer, but you listened to Mother Nature and didn't push your luck." And that made me feel better, because she knows that area probably better than I do, and she's right. So that was awesome. I really appreciated that, and I got the same response from so many people once I got home, right? So many of my friends, and I'm like, should I have just stayed and try, and they're all like, no, man, are you kidding me? You know what can happen up there. That's why you left. Why are you second guessing yourself? And I probably always will second guess myself, but that's human nature, isn't it? Do I feel accomplished? 100%. I feel very accomplished. I did a lot of shit that I knew I could do it, but you always go, can you? Can I really make this happen? So I feel very accomplished. Do I feel satisfied and content? No, not even close. This trip was meant to be significant duration. Didn't know a time. That's why I never put a time on it. And it got cut short from me. Mother Nature took that from me for a reason. I don't know what that reason is yet, but maybe if I'd have stayed, maybe I would not have got out. Maybe if I would have pushed my luck and stayed, I would have crashed my truck and been killed or been seriously injured or whatever. I don't know that reason, but Mother Nature put an end to it for me. So I got to accept that. I just have to accept that for now, right? You know, round 2 next year, different story, man. I'll be, you know, you learn from your mistakes and I'll be more prepared. So guaranteed that'll happen. Anyways, I think that's about it. There was some crazy shit that went on. You know, I'm going to share it with you real brief. Try to be quick. So the night that I woke up at 2 a.m. at my shelter and had to hike 40 minutes back to my truck and then get the hell off the mountain, blah, blah, blah. My wife was at home and she woke up, no bullshit, I'm not making this up. I got no reason to make anything up. I'm a straight shooter, anybody knows me. I call it how I see it, say it how it is. But my wife woke up at 2 a.m. and our chocolate lab, 8-year-old chocolate lab, beautiful dog, she has her crate downstairs that she sleeps in. She never, ever, 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 ever sleeps in a bed. She sleeps in her crate in her little room downstairs. Well, my wife wakes up at 2 a.m. Our chocolate lab's laying on our bed, on my side of the bed, head on my pillow. And she's kind of rolling around, turning in circles, laying down, turning in circles, lay down. My wife wakes up and tries to get the dog off the bed. And my wife is my dog's person. You know, all pets have a person. Well, my wife is my dog's person, our dog's person. And she tries to shoo the dog off, our dog off the bed, and our dog won't leave. So my wife actually goes to give her a little nudge, and our dog actually like growls and snips at my wife, like, you, leave me alone. So my wife gets up and actually like physically pulls her off the bed, gets her off the bed, and she goes downstairs and goes to sleep. But how weird that, like that's, you hear about things like that with animals and their owners, pets and their owners, right? I don't know, I find that kind of shit bizarre. It's like our dog knew something. But then also, I mean, my wife and I, we've been, you know, we're soulmates. We've been together for 29 years. We've been married for 29 years. We've been together over 30 years. And true 100% soulmates. And she knew, I think she knew that something was up. Because when she woke up with the dog, and she felt, my wife said she felt uneasy. She felt like something was going on. So, and it was. Something was really going on. Anyways, guys, I'm going to try to end it there, but you know what? Like I say, there's so much to tell afterwards. You know, now that I've been there and done it and lived it and whatever, I remember things. But I don't want to waste your time. I mean, it's a nice backdrop, nice green screen I got here, with all these green screen moose horns. And I'm in my shop. I'm going to get a fire going here because it's damn cold here even. But I don't know if I talk too much about stuff or whatever, sharing my experience. I'm doing that as I remember things. And you know what? Leave me a comment. Let me know. You know, if you guys say no, it's not too much. You know, we'd like to hear more stuff about the trip or whatever. You know, I'd be happy to share it. I'm making little clips like this. I'm just saving most of them just for myself as memories. But you know, if you guys do want to hear them, leave me a comment, let me know. I really appreciate it. I appreciate the feedback because I don't know if I suck on the video or if I'm okay or whatever. And you know, I don't really care, but if I can make it better for you, I'll give it a shot, So anyways, I got to get my ass in gear, finish getting my gear cleaned up, get my truck cleaned up, and start planning my wilderness journey season 2 coming up. All right. I'm out for now.